Welcome back to a new video. My name is Kian de Jong and this is KG Technic. In this video I will be talking about set number 42131, the CAT D11 Bulldozer. This set was released in 2021. I bought this set secondhand, so the bags are already opened, but this set came with 3854 parts. The set weighs about 6030 grams and the dimensions of the box are 58.2 by 48 by 17 centimeters. The box contains all the pieces and bags. We have some smaller boxes for the motors and the hub. We also have one sticker sheet and two booklets. Bag number 1 is finished, and in bag number 1 we started working on the frame of the set. We used some beams, some frame pieces and some other parts, and we have a lot of open connection points for the future of the build. On the back we added two motors. These are the larger motors and they are connected to a differential in the middle. This is possible because the motors have an axis that goes both ways. So one is connected to the differential and the other side of the motor is connected to a wheel hub. This wheel hub has a gear ratio in it, so the motor needs to turn a lot more for the wheel hub to turn, and this will give the wheel hub a lot of torque. That's needed because the set is pretty heavy and it will need to move. On the front of the assembly, we also added the battery box, and that one will be connected to the motors, and it will make the set be able to be controlled by the Control Plus app. Phase number 2 is finished and we've added some panels to the side of the set. We also organized all the cables of the motors. They are all connected to the battery hub and the cables are held in place by some other pieces. We also have a half beam that's sticking out, and this one will be used to turn on and off the battery box. The red part is connected to a orange part, which pushes the battery box in. In the middle you can see some parts of the gearbox that we made. On top you can see a worm gear, and on the bottom you can see a selector and a orange part. The orange part is connected to a motor, which will move the selector, and in that way the set can change the functions. The gearbox uses only two motors. On the side you can also see some axles sticking out, and these will be used later on in the build. You can also see some bigger gears on the sides, and these will be connected to the motors and to the tracks. You can also see some linear actuators. These are connected to some parts at the back, and they will make it so this part can move. In real life, this part is connected to a piece called a ripper, and this part is used to break some stronger rocks, so the front blade can move them. So in bag number 3 we started working on the grill of the bulldozer, and this one is made by using some pretty interesting pieces. It's a lazy tactic, but it works perfectly. So these are some beams with grooves in them for some gears that are normally used in the steering mechanisms, but here they are lined up to form the grill, which is pretty interesting. On the sides we have some linear actuators, and these are connected by using some smaller turning tables. The two linear actuators are connected together via some gears on the inside. On the sides we have some railings, and on top of the linear actuators we have some lights. On the sides you can also see some panels with some stickers on them for some detail, and these panels can open up to reveal the engine. The engine has 12 pistons in total. On top of the engine block you can see that we added some more parts. These are to add some more detail to the engine block, and we also use some system parts in them. Now if we look on top of the assembly you can see some pipes. These are for the exhaust of the bulldozer, and we also have a sticker with a logo on the front. And with that, bag number 3 is finished and we can continue with the building process. In phase number 4 we started working on the sides of the set by adding some assemblies. These are made by using some panels and gears, and these will be used to hold the tracks in place. On the bottom you can see some parts with some tires, and these will make it so the tracks don't move side to side. We have a connection point in the middle, and this one will probably be connected to another linear actuator. On top you can see a gear sticking out, and when we turn this one, a other part moves in and out, and this will make it so you can change the tension that's on the tracks. We also have some gears. These will make it so the tracks move when the motor turns. And of course, a bulldozer has 2 tracks, so we made the same assembly on both sides of the set. Section number 5 is finished, and in this part we made a separate assembly. As you can see, the assembly is not yet connected to the main build, and there are still a lot of open connection points, so the assembly isn't finished yet. In the middle you can see a seat. This one is for the driver, and if we look from the back you can see some stickered elements, and these are supposed to be the control panels. In front you can see a lot of panels that were used for the floor, and on the right side you can see a railing. If we look from the bottom of the assembly you can see a lot of gears, and we also have a clutch gear in the middle, and these gears are connected to a part on the side. The part on the side will be connected to the staircase through which the operator can enter the bulldozer, and when we turn the gears on the bottom you can see the part moving. We also have the clutch gear, and this one is in place so the system doesn't destroy itself, because if the staircase is already folded out, then if there is still power from the motor, the gears can destroy themselves, so we have a clutch gear in the middle. In phase number 6 we finished the separate assembly, and you can see it's now attached to the main build. We have a railing that goes all the way around. We also have a staircase that is connected to the side, and this one can fold up and unfold to let the operator in. The set also has a cabin, and we have some opening doors, some fake lights on top, and other pieces for some details. And if we look at the back, you can see that we also added some more parts right there. We have the 2 red drums, and in the back we also have another part. If we take off some parts and fold them down, you can see the thing that we added in the middle of the motors. And now for the other side of the set, we added some more panels and some more railings, and we also have a door on this side with some more fake lights. Bag 7 is finished, and in this bag we added the tracks. To put on the tracks you first turn the knob to lower the tension, then you can put the tracks on, and when we turn the knob again we put some tension on the tracks. This way the tracks are on there pretty stable. They have some loose connection between the track pieces, so they come apart pretty easily. On the side we also added a linear actuator with an arm, and this arm will be connected to the blade in the front. The set is a little bit harder to move now because of the pieces on the sides, but at the back you can also see that we added some more parts. We've added some more panels, and now we've added the ripper itself. So this one is to break open some harder rocks. We also made the same part on the opposite side, the same arm with another linear actuator. If we look at the front of the assembly, you can also see that we have another loose piece on there, and this one is so the blade doesn't tilt unless we turn the linear actuators. With that, the building process of the set is almost finished, and we can look at the final set. But before that, here's the parts list of this set. So the set is finished. I will first go over the functions of the set, and after that I will explain what I've added in the last bag. So first of all, the manual functions. There aren't that many, but we have the opening doors of the cabin, and the only other manual function is the knob on the side of the set, and this one is to change the tension of the tracks. I have already connected the set to my phone, but to turn on the set you can open the panels that are in the middle, and this leads to the engine block of the set. In the corner of the engine block we also have a red lever. I don't know if you can see it that well, But when this one is pushed in, the control hub turns on and you can connect it with the phone. Normally you first calibrate the set so the motors don't destroy all the components, but I've already done that before making this video. We have a engine block. This one consists of 12 pistons in total, and you will be able to see that when I start driving the set, the pistons inside the engine blocks will also start to move. After this, I will show you all the other functions of this set. I sped them up a little bit by a factor of 2, so keep that in mind when you see them. I will also zoom out a little bit so you can see it a little bit easier. So first we have the stairs that are for the operator. These can come down and up again. And after that we also have the front blade. This one has two functions. First we can move the blade up and down with the linear actuators. And we can also tilt the blade to the front and back with the other two linear actuators on the side. Now if we look at the back of the set, we also have the ripper, and this one uses two linear actuators as well and can move down and up. And now there's only one more function to show you, and that's of course the driving. The set can move to the front and to the back, and we can also turn by moving one track to the front and one to the back. And now for the last thing we added in the last bag, and that's of course the front blade. This one was made out of a lot of panels and also has an interesting grill on top. The blade was a single assembly and it was attached to the rest of the set in one piece. With that, the set is fully finished and I hope you enjoyed the video. I had some issues with the microphone. That's because of the settings, and I filmed this over 2 different days. So I'm sorry if you noticed that. But for now, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!